Welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson, with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity, presenting 7 ways why I unpunctuated my writings and unedited my videos. Because I rebelliously unpunctuated my writings, unedited my videos, because my daily ventures are individualized wizardry to set me free from yesterday. For me to mature my dreams, desired lifestyle, and accomplished outcomes, I treasure because I rose out of my punctuated writings of self help, personal growth, self improvement, school system, and psychologist books because of the unrealized limitations, viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs of the authors. And that is all instilled inside that book because that's what they think life is. Thinking and knowing is always a limitation. And everything that we think and know is instilled from the outside world. As your intuition, imagination, and things wisdom is inside you. So I instantly awakened to writing my unpunctuated uh, writings with rhymes because rhymes are something your subconscious mind is used to and was used to teach us as a child. So when you chime the rhyme, your subconscious mind relaxes. But you can make it a subconscious scenery and with a featureless canvas to color and design your life in the present moment. What was really funny is I realize it now. People, when you tell them I unpunctuated my writings and I unedited my videos and I put them to the world, they get that little I call it the college educated smirk, because anything that's beyond the education system, people smirk like it can't happen. And that smirk is their limitations and their comfort zone. So I love that college educated smirk. When I get that, I know I'm on the right path. So I admire the people that smirk when I tell them my writings and videos are unpunctuated and unedited, because my unpunctuated writings and video are outside the boundaries of the perfection programming of the education system and the propagandized education, because education wants a picture perfect thing, because we was always trying to get 100 in school. Well, in life, you can get 100, but what are you leaving out? Because in the mess is the wisdom, in the stress is the education. And that's what I realized. I think myself into stress. I listen my way into blessings. As I realize now, the biggest fallacy within self help, personal growth, self improvement is think outside the box. You can never think outside of something that's already ingrained in your subconscious mind. You can listen, intuit it, image it, but you can never think outside the box. But when you read because punctuated writings is all inside the thinking, knowing mind of the author. Unpunctuated writings with rhymes is I open up to the limitations of me, because I realize limitations are life's invitations, magically intuiting today's adventurous trend-setting innovations, optimizing now, streaming my success on the heavenly skies. See how that takes over? But when people first started reading my unpunctuated writings, it sent their know-it-all into a tailspin, because unpunctuated, I had one person say, it's unpunctuated. When am I going to know when to breathe? I just said, if you don't know when to breathe, there isn't much I can do for you. Because if you have to be told what to do, and see, that's the thing about punctuated writings, it's telling people what to do. And punctuating writings actually may invigorate and deepen insecurities within you, because you're never able to trust yourself. You never have the courage and audacity to move forward in life. Pick me, I was there. But I like that when I put somebody, punctuated writings really are the limitations of the author because we live limitations. Once you have a big breakthrough and expansion, you're living in the limitations. And when you put a know-it-all ignorance into a tailspin, it dims the light of their thinking, knowing, knowledge, because self-improvement gurus live in the box of what somebody else told them what to do, think, and creating the limitations of egotistical arrogance and know-it-all snobbishness. The more somebody says you have to do this and they put a program out there, they're programming you to be a follower. They're never programming, they always program you to follow this. Like all the 12-step programs, well, they're programmed to follow step by step. Life is energy, free flowing energy, streaming, whatever. But it's streaming chaos, adversity, controversy to you to get you to listen and rise out of yesterday. If you look at the world today, we haven't risen very far from our ancestors. Oh, in technology and stuff, but in another way, how are we starting to limit ourselves with AI and stuff? As I now feel the free flowing energy of my inspiration, intuition, innovation, imagination, sketching, coloring, describing my life of leisure on my featureless canvas that entertains my brain to color the images of the featureless canvas on my subconscious scenery. Because your featureless canvas is your subconscious scenery. And see what that does? It takes the thinking out of it, the memory mind, and unwinds your divine daredevilry to set you free. Because when I started unpunctuating my writings, I really started, I didn't know. But then the more I did it, and I started this in 2011, unpunctuating my writings. And as I started this, people were saying, I don't understand it. See, if you ain't told what to do, you don't understand life. And that's basically what punctuated writing is telling you what to do and how to do it, how to think and know. Well, when you start reading unpunctuated writings and listen to unedited videos, it kind of puts you out there in life's liberating invitations, fostering emancipating events and encounters. But if you read my unpunctuated writings out loud, you start opening up to a fresh way of living. And I've asked people that's read my writings since 2011 what they feel about the unpunctuated writings, and it says, the first month it took a while to get used to, but after that, now the punctuated writings are harder for them to use. Now, don't get me wrong, punctuated writings in business and things you want, you have to do. But in self-help, but in sovereign expansion, pure liberation, cowboy wisdom, politically incorrect inspiration, punctuation's a limitation because it's keeping you in the box. When people say think outside of the box, as soon as they say think, they're inside the box. As soon as you say think, know knowledge, you're inside the box of education and what other people want you to think and know. So when you open up to the unpunctuated and unedited, you unleash your Picasso prowess, energize your gamer's gumption to realize it's your intuition, imagination, innovation of your free-flowing, electrified wizardry will set you free. But it really, when you open up to the unpunctuated, you start feeling the freedom within yourself. But you also get the freedom to have courage and audacity to move your life forward. And you stop living inside somebody else's life. See, that's the thing about the education system is don't get me wrong, education is good, but education's a limitation because there's no imagination or intuition or anything good in education because it's all told to us by what somebody else wants us to know. And what I recall from my school years, back a couple days after dirt was made, You had to answer the questions according to the teacher, never according to your own innovation. And that's one thing you want to remember. Education will never let you intuit your life to your way. And when you read somebody else's book and you try to do exactly what they said, you're limiting yourself and you're putting yourself in somebody else's control. It's unknowingly done, but I opened up to that when I was going to hypnotherapy school. This one lady, I read these books and I want to do it verbatim. If you do it like somebody else, you're never free. You're always stuck in the yuck of yourself. So when you open up to understand, life is liberating invitation, fostering emancipating events, encounters, experiences, and out of everywhere dares, energizing your debonair flair to energize your risk taking energy, risk takers' intuition, keenly enterprises your ambling gambler's gumption that chauffeurs you out of sheepleocracy, followocracy, trying to fit into the herdocracy of society, stepping out of the turdocracy of indoctrinated education, and to unrealize your compass, third world enslaving mindsets and ancestors. This is what I had to do growing up, mental malarkey. That is the biggest one I really opened up to. Is while we used to have to do this with horses and we used to have to do it this way, and the 60s we did it this way, that is the most dismaying thing there is, because it never lets you talk about the innovation of today. And there is a lot of good innovation today. So you really want to open up to a lot of things. But it's a mental malarkey of being told how other people lived in the past that keeps us living in the past. Me and my cousin, my dad said, we used to do this with horses. And then we'd say, is that before they had automobiles? Yeah, that was a little bit of hog. We had to clean some hog barns for that one. They didn't think it was as funny as we did. I thought it was funny. They didn't. But as you open up to realize, when you unpunctuate your writings, unedit your videos, you're liberating you from your perfection programming. And something I understand now, I opened up to experience my new now wow of wisdom optimizing wealth. Wisdom optimizes wealth. We know we think we know and we do this, we go backwards. As I admit, my life is unrehearsed, uneducated, unexplained, and uninhibited animated adventures. Unleashing the magic of me frees my mystical mystique for me to understand and admire my sleek, unique trailblazer talents. Energize my hellraiser's audacity to be chauffeured through life with the greatest of ease. Because my unedited videos and unpunctuated writings mirror life and blasted me out of my socialized perfection programming. Man, did I have it. Oh, God, did I have that perfection. It had to go my way. If it didn't go my way, I'd throw a fit of a twit, and then I'd be a twit. And that is really what perfection program. It was supposed to go this way, and she was supposed to do that. He was supposed to do that. That's just a bunch of splattering malarkey. People are individuals and have the right to do things their way. And punctuation is perfection programming, but it's also mind control, because you think you want to do this. And as you read a punctuated writing or listen to somebody, you're wanting to imitate them and not trust yourself. Perfection programming is intimidation, limiting you limiting you in every way. But you intimidate yourself because they can do it and I can't. Well, you'll never do it the way they do it. You're going to do it the way you understand how to do it. See, that's the thing about life. It's never about following this or following that. It's about understanding. You encompass the individualist in innovations. An individualist is uncontrolled by outside sources. And you are a sovereign energy experiencing a spiritual voyage through life. This human, everybody, humanize this, human was taught to me in a book. Anything that comes from the outside world in a book, I question it. And why do I have to be a human? I can be a sovereign energy on a spiritual voyage because it's my life. I like my liberating invitations, fostering emancipating events, encounters, and experiences, unleashing my debonair flair to feel the love, appreciate internal rebellious energy, to rise, to my risk taker's ingenuity, streaming elegance through life. But when you try to think and know what that author wants you to know, you're living in the limitations of them. And you'll never ever open up to your sovereign valor or be an individualist because you're always going to be controlled by outside sources. That's the thing about education. You're always controlled by outside sources. And that's something I really, really have opened up to. But really, when the author writes, you get their viewpoints, opinions, beliefs, and all their unresolved issues about their life. But see, a lot of people write like, I have no challenges. I've got none of this stuff inside me. For me, that's a fallacy because I never know when it's going to start flowing out, stop flowing out. Because I unlocked the closet of calamities to open up to my free flowing energy to expand out of everything. When you rise, shine, and expand, you're grand. You can galvanize rebellious audacity, naturally dawning success within yourself. I now realize and admit thinking, knowledge, education encompass good, bad, and attached aggravation when things go outside the benign lines of my perfection programming. As education is boundaries of socialized way of life, stifling people's free-flowing internal freedom. As I'm awakened and aware of the dare to rise out of my socialized comfort zone vocabulary. That's something I discovered, and I'm going to do a podcast on it. All the words we were taught, change, heal, create, transformation, they all are comfort zone vocabulary, keeping the many movies of yesterday and my aggravated and that way of life and way of thinking awake within me. But that all passed away 12 years ago as I exuberantly express my unpunctuated, unedited, unexplained, liberating lingo of my lyricized rhymes, of my unique lexicon to rise, expand, energize, enterprise, experience my sovereign valor. Understanding whatever is written in punctuation tries to control me to fit into socialized gobbledygook gossip. So I rose out of the gossip to understand I'm grand. And as I listen, I expand of my genuine grandeur within me. Thank you. I am Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. And may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world. Thank you.